Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Life, Law, Bin. Hi everybody, welcome back. Lovely to see you again. Welcome to my 6-month review of my pupillage journey. I have now completed my first 6 and I am now on my feet representing clients in court. The past 6 months involved shadowing counsel at hearings and conferences, drafting opinions or advice, and conducting research. Now, I had my 6-month pupillage review relatively recently, and it was very good. All of the positives were highlighted, and we also devised a plan of action for the next 6 months to ensure that I continue to improve my skills. Now, pupillage reviews are useful to evaluate your performance so far. It's a good metric to gauge your performance. So I do encourage you, incoming pupils or those who are undertaking pupillage now, to embrace those reviews. Now let's delve into a quick recap since my 3-month review video. Now, I attended Chamber's Christmas party. It was an evening filled with merriment, cheer, and laughter. Members and staff enjoyed karaoke. We sang and danced all until late in the night. It was a vibe, people. It was really a vibe. I also studied and sat the Bar Standards Board Pupillage Ethics examination. I passed the exam as well, thank God. I found out I passed on the day of my pupillage review, so that was quite exhilarating. Pupils must pass this exam before completing pupillage. Now, I do have a video in which I provide my top tips for that examination, so I do encourage you to go watch and take notes. I also went on holiday. I traveled back home to my beloved, beautiful Barbados. And if you are interested in learning about that, please view the video entitled Pupillage Progress Holiday in the First 6. I also attended numerous networking events and training sessions to get ready for my second 6. I recall my in Gray's Inn hosting an online session on practice management, professional indemnity insurance, VAT or VAT, and accounting online sessions. It is important to attend sessions like this because you need to have an understanding of the inner workings and mechanisms of the professional indemnity insurance supplied by the Bar Mutual Indemnity Fund Limited. It's also important to understand how you will manage your VAT and income tax. Yes, in second 6, you will be under your pupil supervisor's insurance, but you need to also be thinking about the future. So if you know how these things work, you know that you don't want any of your actions affecting your pupil supervisor's insurance or your insurance in the future when you become a fully qualified barrister. During this period, or the last 6 months, I also attended talks on various aspects of the law. Chambers usually does some very helpful talks. They do talks for solicitors. They also do talks where we attend those talks as well that they do, and it's a good recap on the law, especially if there's a new judgment that's been handed down and we want to look at the impact or the ramifications. It's an excellent way to really improve and enhance your knowledge. So I attended quite a few of those. With that said, in terms of the accounting aspects, learning the practice management aspects, I also hired an accountant. We had meetings in which we discussed record keeping, allowable expenses and disallowable expenses, the process for filing VAT. And don't forget that during your first 6, you need to have registered for VAT or VAT so that you can bill for your cases in the second 6. I would encourage you to get an accountant, have an accountant in place so that when you start your second 6, you're not scrambling. My accountant and I also spoke about income tax rates and setting aside my earnings for VAT and income tax. This meeting or these meetings are really useful because it reminded me that self-employed barristers need to implement effective strategies to operate our businesses properly and profitably. So to me, what better way to start your career than getting an accountant from the pupillage stage? From second six, you're effectively doing what you will be doing for the rest of your life. So get that accountant, get that person in place, and know how you two will be working together in order to keep your tax bill paid and as low as possible. Over the last few months, I also attended the Northeastern Circuit's Pupil Advocacy Training course. Now, pupils must pass this course before starting Second Six. Pupils can choose to undertake the course in London with their respective Inns of Court, or they can conduct the course on their circuit. Of course, I undertook the course on circuit as it's more convenient. Now, the course involved a remote session on case preparation, a full day on Saturday in York, conducting a trial exercise. Now, with this trial exercise, each attendee was instructed to represent a party in the proceedings. We were stopped during our advocacy and given very helpful feedback. This was a part of what they use. There's a methodology they use, or trainers use, known as the Hampel method. I'll just give you a very brief background of the Hampel method. The Hampel method follows a 6-step methodology to give a trainee advocate feedback on a specific area of his or her performance. The stages are as follows. Headline, so they might give you a headline, and this identifies one particular aspect of the performance to be addressed. 2, playback, so they reproduce verbatim that identified aspect of the performance. 3, they give a reason, so they explain why this issue needs to be addressed. 4, remedy, they explain how to improve this aspect of the performance. 5, demonstration, the trainer would demonstrate how to apply the remedy to the specific problem. So that's quite good because you actually get to see, you're not only told, what you should be doing better, but you actually get to see how they would avoid the mistake or improve upon whatever you've done by showing you. And 6, replay. The trainee performs again, applying the remedy. The aim of the feedback is simply to improve your advocacy. So that was very helpful. I think we all found that day quite helpful. You've just got to go into it quite open-minded and just ready to receive feedback to improve. Remember, we're far from the finished product, so we do want to hear the constructive criticism so that we can be excellent advocates. The final aspect of the course was the interlocutory session. I had to prepare a sentencing note in a criminal matter. At this session, I was required to open the case orally at the sentence hearing. This was an insightful session as we were also provided with helpful feedback there. And guess what? I passed the course as well. So thank God, that's great. That's behind me. I took the opportunity as well to attend the Northeastern Circuit's Tea on Teams, 10 things I wish I'd known before Second Six. I found this incredibly helpful. We were given practical tips on traveling to court the night before the first hearing, when you have all the nerves going on. Food and drink, it's so important to keep your body fueled and energized. I don't know about other pupils, but I know that because I am doing a lot of heavy lifting with my brain, a lot of cerebral activity, I tend to get famished very quickly. So I must have a bag filled with fruits, filled with lunch, and maybe a snack or a treat or two. We were spoken to about advocacy or bundles, if there are any missing documents from it, what to do, the importance of attendance notes, and some people actually gave helpful apps for recording the time spent on particular tasks and recording expenses. Coming down to the end of, throughout my entire first six, I was writing fortnightly pupillage diary entries on Chambers' website. And on a lighter note, I got my photo taken, and my profile is now on Chambers' website. So I look all professional. It's a very professional photo shoot. It was done very well. My pupil supervisor signed off on my first 6 months of pupillage. The paperwork was sent to the BSB, I now have my provisional practicing certificate. And I would remind you, if you are coming up to that stage, just ensure that you do have your provisional practicing certificate before you go on your feet. So you want to get your clerks or get whoever's in charge of pupillage for you at your respective chambers, or yourself, to just follow up with the BSB to make sure that you've got your provisional practicing certificate for day one of pupillage, day one, sorry, of second six, because you especially need that, because you will more than likely be in court on the first day that you're in your second six or on your feet. I now receive instructions in personal injury and employment law. With a busy diary and a determined and positive attitude to learning and improving, I can't wait to see what God has in store for me in the upcoming months. That's it, folks. That's a wrap on the first six. I will see you soon. Take care of yourself. All the best. See ya.